This episode of the Cottrell Cast is sponsored by Coffee Underlined. Great, freshly roasted coffee for low, low prices. Grab a quick latte for only £1, or take some coffee home for only £4 for 200 grams from the wide range of great tasting coffees. That's Coffee Underlined in Ashton under Lyne. Hello!
Hey!
Welcome to the Cottrell Cast, episode 6, with myself, Fraser. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
right?
do you know who you are?
I'm Gareth. Sorry
there we
about
go.
that.
Yeah, great. I'm just repositioning your microphone there, Gareth, for you. Sound a little bit quiet. And Michael.
slight-
Michael's here.
Hello.
Change because obviously Fraser opened up that one, and normally it's me
Yeah.
handing over the reins a bit.
Just a little bit. It's nice, though. It's nice being able to be in control a little bit, you know?
A few technical faults just before we started to
Few,
broadcast.
every single... We did one. Understandably, yeah, it was wrong. We were peeking all over the place. Second one... By the way, every single time that we do have to stop, we have to stop the cameras, everything has to stop, and then we have to go again. Did a second one, did all the intro, and Gareth went, stop, you're peeking. And we went, no, we're not.
In fact, even
And we
now,
weren't.
in my headphones, your microphone sounds
I think, no,
really,
why are you
really
moving this away
funny.
from me?
It sounds strange.
It's this XLR microphone, it's this XLR cable. I don't really want to touch it, I'm a little bit scared. Because
Makes a
it's
change.
broke. But
It might be a spit guard.
A
yeah,
spit
do you
guard.
think so? It might be my spit guard.
So
Although
the
without it, listen to this, ready? Hi, my name's Fraser Peter.
Oh dear.
Sounds awful, but with the spit guard, I sound completely fine.
Well, I wouldn't
In your
say that.
opinion, yeah.
So this is the 6th episode of the Cottrell Cast.
Woo!
All right, and we've got an empty house.
Yeah, which is weird.
We're having a bit of a bachelor party, me and you, because I made tea earlier on. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was all right. You made Coca-Cola chicken or something. Coca-Cola with chicken in it. Tell him,
It was
Gareth.
nice.
Tell him about it.
Well, it sounds revolting if you say
And it
it's
was.
just Coca-Cola with chicken, but this is a recipe that I tried a few months ago, and it went down a treat.
It's been passed down through the ages.
To be quite honest. And how you make it is you get your chicken and you...
Well
I
done.
don't know why I laugh then. You get chicken and you bash it on the table with your rolling pin.
Tenderise
Was it not dead yet?
And
No,
then
no,
you
it's gotta
put
be alive.
it in a pan. You put 350 ml of Coca-Cola. Hence why we've got Coca-Cola here now. Because
That's
this
not
is
Coca-Cola,
the
Gareth, is
No,
it?
it's not.
We
Sorry,
we
it's-
don't know what it is. It is an unknown brand of Coca-Cola.
And I used some brown soft drink, and I poured that in the pan.
Yeah, there
and
we go.
then I used ketchup, Heinz obviously, because it's the best.
Yeah.
And then Heinz barbecue sauce, put that in, and then a few spoonfuls of honey, make the medicine go down.
Medicine?
And
Yeah, I like
put
that.
that in, and you boil it up for 6.5 hours, and then what?
And then Michael's face then. Woo!
And then what you do when it's all nice and brown is you
Throw it in the bin.
bin it and
Yeah.
then go down to the local chip shop.
No, but in all honesty, I'm quite proud of Gareth because it was quite nice. Yeah, so our parents are away, which is weird. They've gone down to they've gone on holiday for a week and a half.
Yeah.
Which you think for any 30-year-old man would be, would be fine because he'd be living in his own house.
Mum and Dad have gone for a dirty weekend away.
That is disgusting. I
Maybe
officially
they
feel
have.
filthy.
Who knows? Michael, do people
No,
over
don't.
the age of
That's
80
horrible.
still do it?
80?
Yes.
Oh no! Please
with?
stop it.
Themselves usually.
Oh God! I really
Ladies
do
and
feel
gentlemen,
sick now.
we
Oh.
have now reached a new low on the Cottrell Cast, talking about if pensioners have intercourse.
That is actually making me feel a bit sick. But yeah, in all honesty, well done, Gareth. It was a good. It was a good
spread.
good spread. Yeah, we
Not
had
bad at
some
all.
egg fried rice with it as well.
Let down, I was just about to say, buy the rice.
Okay, so there's this John West. Other names,
the road.
other brands are available. But he does this the company does this egg fried rice, like it's personal, does this egg fried rice, and I think it's really nice. You do it in the microwave. To be honest, I'm not really one for like ready meals stuff. It's pretty horrible normally. But I mean, I was quite impressed with this.
the first time I had it. However, that time, I agree, it wasn't its best.
I think that the actual rice tasted like the outer packaging did, of just plastic and chemicals. It could be because on the packaging it said microwave for 2 minutes, and I thought it said 12 minutes.
Oh, well, there we go.
So
Yeah, that's
probably the
why.
major problem is that all the ink did melt off the packaging, and we consumed it. But, there's nothing wrong with carcinogenic rice.
Yeah, that's true. Michael, good week, yes or no? Well, so far, it is only Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, yes, good. So
it was
far.
good, yeah. Yeah, did you enjoy the show on Sunday?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you did, Michael. We gave away that beer.
Mm.
And you're sporting a
We talked
nice
about
little
last
T-shirt
week.
here.
Yeah, Super Dad.
My second Father's Day T-shirt of the week.
Your
That's
second
nice.
one.
I wore one on Sunday. Remember the
He
Darth
was-
I wasn't
Vader
there.
one? You were?
He was only
Was
there
I
for
there
like
on
10
Sunday?
minutes,
Well,
so it doesn't really count.
Darth
does it?
Vader, it said, "I am your father."
Right.
I know it's a bit difficult to read because the letters
Who
are
are
a bit on
they
the
all
dark
off?
side.
Who are they all off?
Both daughters.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I've got a cough.
Thanks for that. So, I'd like to talk about... we did a gig on Sunday, and I found out something
We're not in a
which
band. Wait.
really, really annoys me.
We're not in a band. When we say
We
gig,
are in a band.
we're not in a band. We host things.
All sorts of things. Weddings, birthdays,
Bar
bar
mitzvahs.
mitzvahs. Stop
Have you ever
using
done a
that
bar
word.
mitzvah?
No, but
I've
I
not
want to do
yet,
a bar.
but if there is
Hey.
any Jews there, then
Okay.
we will happily do a bar mitzvah for you.
I
and,
just-
we will even provide bacon sandwiches at the end.
They'll try and get the price down as well, won't they?
We will even provide the chair for you to be lifted on. Do you know that on the films?
After all,
I
Where
thought that
they're
was
like-
a Jewish wedding when they did
Is
that.
it? I don't really know. And then when they smash the little cup,
You know-
what is it? The little,
Glass.
yeah, the glass. What's that for? Good luck or something?
Probably, because it's a wedding, so they need it.
Yeah,
I
well.
don't care if they break glass, if they try and rip us off. End of the day, it's no skin off my nose. Moving on. So,
You can't say stuff like that, Gareth. You're not allowed to. I remember at the very
It's a
start of this
podcast.
podcast. I remember
Why
at the very
not?
start of this podcast, Gareth said, he said, "Now I've spoken to everyone about this. No swearing, nothing offensive, nothing
that isn't
blue."
offensive. That isn't offensive.
Pretty offensive.
It's not
to
offensive
our
at all.
Jewish
And
audience, which is about 85% of our
Right.
listeners. I don't know whether you know that.
I have to abide by Ofcom broadcasting rules on a daily basis. So basically, this is an opportunity where I
this
can
is
air
what
my
I
feelings.
said. This is what I said from the very start. And you went, "No, we've got to keep it clean,
Because-
friendly, nothing blue."
Because my biggest problem was that listeners who listen to my radio show will also listen to this. So I don't want them thinking that on air I'm nicey, and then off air I'm some racist, nasty thug.
Well, you just hate Jews.
I'm
I
not-
think that's what we found out
that is
from.
an absolute lie.
That is that.
Christians,
Oh.
Muslims, Jews, I've not a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we just clarify this now that I
Um,
don't want anybody arsoning down my house because they've just taken it for granted that I don't like certain races or religions.
Since we are being racist,
oh, well,
you
here
know
we
who
go.
I hate? No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm going to state for a fact that Gareth, I've known him for years. He's certainly not prejudiced in any way. He hates everybody.
Right.
Good one, that.
Back to
Michael.
the whole topic
All right.
about this. So we
Jews.
were there doing a gig, okay?
Yeah.
And we've set up all the PA in this massive field. There was about 5,000 people there. Now, one thing that really annoys me is that people walk right in front of
Oh,
the
yeah.
big speaker and then complain it's too loud.
We had someone literally. I'm not kidding you. This staff member was stood next to the speaker. I mean, you know how loud these speakers are, Michael. You've been on things like this with us.
Oh, yes.
They are pretty damn loud, especially when you're in a big field because we can turn it up, and we can like cover the field kind of thing. And literally, this woman was stood next to it, this staff member, and then came over to us and went, "Can you turn it down a little bit?" Well, why don't you just move away from the speaker? What
Exactly.
person stands next to the speaker and goes, "It's a bit loud, isn't it?" That's like standing in a fire and going, "It's a bit hot. I'm
It's
burning
like-
a little bit."
It's like being behind a big jet plane and going, "Can you turn it down, please?" Well, that's why we've got the whole landing strip there, so that people like you can't get so close to it. And the other thing as well, we were probably knocking out about 1,000 watts on that PA. So it was very, very loud. And you'd have thought that you would reach a point as you approach the speaker and think, actually, it's getting louder, I'll move away. Rather than just walk towards it and think, oh, it's getting louder. I'll ask them to turn it down.
I did a gig on my own last year with Michael, actually. Do you remember that school that we did where it was that huge field?
Yes.
It was massive, wasn't it?
It was big.
This field was absolutely huge. So I just cranked it up. I absolutely cranked it up so that you could hear it on the other side of the field. And the mayor came over, all right? And the mayor came over and went...
I can hear it in the town hall.
yeah, and went and came up to us, you know. He stood there for a little bit and he went, it's a bit loud, isn't it? I went, have you seen the size of the field or are you blind? Got my house taken off me, so, you know.
Your house taken
What's
off
the
you,
point in the mayor?
Oh, no.
Okay.
First of all, Jews, and now you're cracking onto our local mayor.
No, honestly, though, not our local mayor, but all mayors in general. Like, what's the point? We have a prime minister. We have all this. What's the point in the mayor?
To delegate power.
To who?
Individual cities or regions.
I don't understand, though. What does the mayor do? Just sit there on the throne with his chocolate necklace and just like...
I'm sure he doesn't wear it all day in, day out.
Well, I don't know. I'd sleep in it if I was the mayor.
Another thing as
I'd be
well,
proud of it.
Another thing as well. Now, I know that his safety is important, so they say. And...
Are you saying you want to take out the mayor?
Well, he gets chauffeured around in a big car which has got blacked out windows as though it's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, but I'm sure that people may not like the mayor, but nobody in our local area will think, do you know what? I will happily serve 40 years in jail. I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, and he walks around with like bodyguards. If anyone is going to like jump on his back or something, or like, you know, try and stab him in the chest.
I have met him, our local mayor. Lovely bloke, you
Nice
know.
guy.
Not a problem at all. And I don't see how anybody would hate him enough to actually want to basically hit him over the head with a bat at
very
any event.
Specific.
I don't... Yeah, talking from experience
Yeah,
there.
I feel you are.
I won't be here next week.
I think the bodyguard there is to guard the chain, actually.
Why is it gold?
That's a fair point.
Solid gold, yeah.
Is it really?
It's not solid gold,
No,
is
it's
it?
not solid gold.
Is it gold plated?
Probably.
I mean, you know, good Thornton's chocolate does go for a bit now. So, I mean, you know.
Do you remember Chuckle Brothers years ago?
Chuckle Brothers, yeah.
on the
We
episode,
talked about this the other day.
And they had the mare's necklace on the radiator.
A necklace. It's not like a little
Whatever it was.
shell bead necklace that he wears.
And it melted,
Yeah,
basically,
it was a
because
funny
it was
episode,
chocolate. Hey, the old Chuckle Brothers.
Hey?
I wonder where they are now.
Pantos. That's where they are now.
Is that all they do?
Yeah.
Barry and... What was the other one called?
Gary.
Barry.
No,
To
no.
me, to
What was
you,
his name?
Barry.
Barry Chuckle. And what was the other? Paul.
That's it, Paul Chuckle.
Paul.
And
Barry
then they
and
had
Paul.
another brother who was not known as a Chuckle Brother, but appeared in the episodes, normally as the enemy against them.
And the boss.
Did you? Yes. How do you know this, Alex? Because
Alec,
you're
yeah.
only
No,
13.
he's only, what, 2 years younger than me? That's not that much, is it? They were still, well, they're probably still playing Tracy Beaker now on kids' TV. If you are a kid and you watch CBBC or whatever it is, do they still play Tracy Beaker? Because that used to be the one show which it used to be the most annoying. It used to be on repeat all the time.
Beaker.
No one likes it.
Beaker is now married and has 4 kids.
Is she?
Yeah.
No, that's a lie.
She is.
No, she's not. No,
Bertie
she's not.
Beaker,
Oh.
Barry Beaker, Becky Beaker,
No, but
and Barbara Beaker.
no. Well, they've now they went with the branding of Tracy Beaker for ages, and then
the
now
banning of Tracy Beaker.
the branding of
All right.
Tracy Beaker for the TV show, and now they've rebranded it. It's just called the Dumping Ground now because she left about 5 years ago.
Michael, talking of dumping grounds, do you remember you on Hyde Market? Can we talk about that? Of course we can. It's a podcast.
Yeah, Michael, tell us about that. What happened?
Well, the trouble with town centres nowadays, there aren't
Is
enough
they've got
toilet
mares.
facilities after midnight.
Right?
So when
So?
you get caught short, there's only one place to go.
A public market hall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh dear. And you actually went back the following day to take photographs of it.
Yes.
I cannot believe that. I remember him showing us it on his laptop ages ago.
The days before CCTV.
Back to the mayor.
Imagine
Fortunately.
No, not again. We're not
Back
going to
to
go
the
on the
mayor.
mayor again, are we?
No, but he turns up at loads of events, okay, which is fine. But wouldn't it be great if, and I was thinking this, that I always have to bring him on and say, here's our mayor, and everyone goes, yay, and then he just talks a bit. Wouldn't it be great if he actually came on and he did a turn, a song or a rap or something?
He had a turn. Well, he has
That
a
would be
stroke on
brilliant.
the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Tameside.
Hello. Oh, God, can you imagine that? That
Oh,
would be
it was
awful.
like a big fire in the head.
Apparently, he used to have a stand-in.
Go on.
He'd make his public appearances during the day, and during the evening, it'd be the nightmare.
Oh my goodness, Mike! I remember actually. Okay, once the light switch-ons. We went to all like the light switch-ons, and the mayor obviously had the same spiel that she read out at every single one, and she had it written down on a piece of paper. And she in Stalybridge, where we live, she came up to the front and went, "Hello, Hyde." And everyone went, oh, God. And then she obviously realised, oh, no, I've read it at the wrong place. And then she proceeded to read through and she was like...
Sorry, I mean Ashton.
And she went, it is great to be here in this lovely town of Hyde. And we were like, oh, God, no. How do you do that?
Shall we move on to complaints about MPs and councillors? Or is this enough?
Oh, Mike, are you all right there? Do you need a little cuddle?
I need a drink.
Talking about
drinks, there are some beers down there, Michael.
Oh, there is. There's beers down there.
They are mine.
Don't want Michael.
After the cast, yeah.
Oh, you see?
I want to get you drunk before.
Hang on,
After, it's no fun then, is it?
Can we go back to the Chuckle Brothers?
Yeah,
Because
of course we can.
I don't really remember the Chuckle Brothers. I'm too old. See, I was
Really?
I was too grown up to watch the Chuckle Brothers. When I was a kid, the favourites around them were the Marx Brothers.
You're not that old. The Marx
I
Brothers.
don't know whether that was a joke or not.
My
You see, I
favourite
can never
was-
get it with Michael.
Charlie Chaplin.
Favourite was Buster Keating hanging off that clock.
That was Harold Lloyd.
See,
Well,
Michael
that joke
remembers.
backfired, didn't it,
Michael
eh?
remembers.
Safety last.
What was I going to say?
On the
Can't
topic
remember.
of
Beer.
I can't
It was about
remember.
beer.
Was it?
Oh, I thought it was.
on the topic of weird things, I've been having recently loads of courtesy calls from places.
Oh yeah, this was funny.
I get so fed up of them because it's the same thing every time. They always say about PPI claims and about have you had an accident? No, I haven't. So I decided that one bloke called me up and Fraser took over.
I took the helm, and I have to say I had a great time. So he was there going, do you know that you are entitled to PPI payments? And I went, you know what, mate, I don't really care. I'm a millionaire. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyway, you know, since we're not too bothered about this, do you fancy going for a drink? Fancy going for a pint? And he didn't know what to say. He was like, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. And I went, mate, I really don't care. I just need some friends.
And he was going on.
He was really
and on.
feeling for me, and he started giving me advice on friendship. He was like, honestly, I find that the best thing to do, you know, is just because you're rich, you know, doesn't mean that you can't let other people buy you things. I went, yeah, that must be where I'm going wrong. I really felt for him, you know, I really did feel for him.
Well, the saga doesn't quite end here because, ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
Can you imagine that? Oh, that would be amazing. I was going to say something about something, and then you rudely interrupted
Have
me.
you been hearing lots of American TV? Because you keep on going up on your words like that.
Okay. So those of you that watch on the YouTubes, youtube.com/Cottrellcast, will know that last week's episode was a little bit late. That was because my computer broke. Now
His Acorn.
I have an iMac. Other computers are available. And
Not as good though, are they?
They're not as good. Well, after this story, you might rethink that. But so my computer for a very long time, I work in video, so I'm always like exporting things where you make the final file from what you're edited. And what it did, whenever I exported something, it just decided, you know what, I'm going to turn myself off. So it just turned off. I lost everything, every single time. And then it started working again. Then it stopped working. Took it to Apple. They said not a clue. Don't know what's wrong with it. I went, great. I've spent £1,000 on a Mac and it's broken. Hang on. Got a cough. Said this before.
What a pro.
Anyway, I had to reinstall everything on my computer and it works now. So finally, we can actually have a podcast on time. Guarantee, I go upstairs to do this, it breaks again. How much do you want to bet that happens?
And
That'll
we
just
have
be-
also set up an official Facebook page, which I'm just on
Yeah.
now checking. All you need to do is to just search out Cottrellcast on Facebook.
Facebook.com/Cottrellcast.
Say that. We're on Twitter as well. Have you sorted that out?
Twitter.com/Cottrellcast.
So it's all on there. There is no reason now not to be sharing or watching the Cottrellcast.
We're everywhere.
Do you know the old adage about all you have to do is turn it off, leave it for a bit, and turn it back on again?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work for me on one occasion on my dad's life support machine.
You make me sick, Michael. Honestly,
Ladies
you
and
really do.
gentlemen,
Okay.
here is Michael.
I've got some news. That wasn't
Come on,
just.
Alex.
I'm not. I'm not announcing something. I have actually got some news. Here we go, Alex. Man with zebra print hat, Superman tank top, and incredibly good facial hair stops a beaver attack. That's today's headline. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you need a man to save you from a beaver?
No?
No, well, Nate Reynolds is your man.
Who?
Nate Reynolds is his
All right.
name.
You know Nate.
He has officially been named the Beaver Hero. He's been saving.
What a nickname.
He has been saving people from beaver attacks for a very long time. Apparently, he lives in New York, in Rochester.
Rochester.
In a
Rochester.
That's how the Americans say it.
Well, there we go. I'm communicating to the American audience. He said, "I heard my name called out from the shop, and I ran out to see a man being pulled into the water by a beaver."
Wow, must have been a big one.
Look at the size of that thing.
Well, it was either a big beaver or a small man.
Well, either way. And he said it was like watching a horror film. The victim, Michael
Kenneman.
That'd
be hilarious if it was you.
Cavencroft is recovering from puncture wounds after the beaver pulled him into the water and he refused to let go. The animal eventually released his grip, but not before Reynolds beat it to death with a paddle. There we go, everyone.
I like how it actually... it went, okay then, I will let you go. And then he thought, now's my chance to get my own back. And he beat it to death with a paddle.
He's now changed his nickname to Nate Reynolds, Beaver Killer. That's on his business cards. Nate Reynolds, Beaver Killer.
I've got one here as well. And it's... Oh, go on, Alex.
Oh. No,
No, that's
wrong
the wrong
Oh,
one.
come on.
Phone a friend Merkel misses millionaire call. And this is all about an MP in Germany who was featuring on the TV programme Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He decided that his phone a friend would be Angela Merkel.
Who's that?
She's
Michael.
is she the president or the premier of Germany?
Oh, my.
And she, at the time, was in a very, very important world conference.
Oh, no.
And you saw it on live TV. Angela Merkel's phone vibrating. She starts to go in her handbag and she can't answer it, obviously, and then puts it onto answer phone. And then it then cuts back to the TV show and it plays out her answer phone message saying, sorry, I can't take your call at the minute. And he lost all his money.
Oh, Angela.
And it's here now. But he has the most German name I have ever heard of.
Let Michael pronounce it.
Wolfgang Basak.
Wow.
Not...
That's amazing.
Nothing funny about Wolfgang.
Why? What's his other name?
Balsack.
Like ball sack. That's why it's funny. Oh,
Thank you, Fred.
that's good, that, isn't it?
Wolfgang.
Do you want some
You see, of that name,
Wolfgang ball sack?
which part of that name is most funny? Wolfgang or Balsack? Either way, I wouldn't like to have
Imagine-
any part of that name.
Imagine that at school. Cottrell, Davis, ball sack. That's me.
Hello, I'm W. Balsack.
Do you want some
Wolfgang's
Coke,
a bit of a mouthful as well, isn't it? I mean, what's the English
So's
equivalent of
Balzac.
Do you want some
Wolfgang?
Coke, Michael?
Is it pack of
Do
dogs?
you want some non-branded Coca-Cola, Michael?
I'll have some pop, please.
Yeah, good.
I mean, when you did put it in your chicken dish, did you just pop it in the oven?
No, I hobbed it.
It's funny.
Oh,
that.
Sorry.
Anyway, back to Wolfgang Ballsack.
Cheers.
How is he? How is his
Well,
ballsack?
£25,000 poorer, thanks to old Merkel.
Hang on, he didn't have to answer the question, though, does he?
Oh, go on, Alex.
His name spelled.
Ballsack.
He's
BALL.
called
Sack.
BOS.
Oh, put it into.
SACH. Balsack. It isn't just ballsack, it's balsack. It's like.
Come on, right click speech. Do you want me to do it on my phone?
Are you thinking of
All right, hold on. Here we go. Okay.
What's happening? I'm confused.
Okay, come on. Yeah, how do you spell it?
Fraser's
spell
phoning
it?
a friend.
Yeah, actually, right.
How do you spell
Alex, if you go
it?
to this webpage.
No, come here. How do you spell it? You ready? Go on.
BOLSACH.
Yeah.
Balshak. It gets posher every time I say it. Ballsatch.
That is most definitely ballsack.
Ballsatch.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to turn up my volume. Come on. Okay. Oh, hello.
Ballsatch.
Ballsack.
Has it really come down to this?
Ballsack.
Harmonizing.
Ballsatch.
Ballsack. Ballsack.
Ballsack.
Ballshack. What was his first name?
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Ballshack. It
Back
sounds
to-
like Ballshack.
I forgot to mention as well.
Ballshack. Wait, Wolfgang
Ballsatch.
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 Okay, go
A
on.
satchel for your bot. Anyway. Another thing as well
Satchel for your balls, you were trying to say there.
about this gig, which we did.
We're still on this.
Well, I've remembered that bloke walked over telling us the
Yeah.
volume.
Some guy came up to us with his phone, like handed his phone over to us, and went, "Hey, look at that, 100 decibels," and we went, "Yeah, all right."
And I think he was hoping I'd say, "Oh dear, loud, isn't it? I'll just turn it down a bit." And I actually answered and went, "Well, if I'm honest, mate, I reckon I could get 200 out of this bad boy."
And he
And he
went,
then
"Ha ha ha ha!"
Walked off in just disgust.
Did anybody have anything good to say?
Not well. One guy punched me in the face, but I mean, to me, that
Our
was a
gigs-
We
compliment.
were lining up
Michael.
for that, though,
Yeah.
weren't we?
Our gigs are always followed by complaints.
Well,
Every
one-
time we do one.
There was a big kerfuffle, like there is at any event, about a CD player. We were
Oh,
only
yeah.
told to bring one CD player, and so we needed two apparently by the end of it. And anyway, I was having a conversation, and we went, "Okay, just move the act outside, and we'll do all the stuff." And
Ballsack.
no, I said, "Bring the CD player out."
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Ballsack."
Bring the CD player out, all right? Bring the CD player out, and we'll do it at our stand, all right? And the guy went, "All right, but you're gonna have to go tell the radio guy to turn it down."
And then
I
he
went,
said,
Ballsack.
"Yeah," and I said, "I am the radio guy," and he went, "Oh." And I went, "Why? What do you think?" He went, "Well, I thought we were going to play on a little stereo." Yeah, that'd work. 500 people, and you've got a little, your little, holding up your little Sony Ericsson. Woo! Do you remember Sony Ericssons? Where are they now, eh?
and they always had that big aerial, and Hyde Market,
What?
people sold aerials which flashed.
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong Sony Ericsson
No.
we're going on about. I'm
Which-
going on about
right.
the little ones that all the chavs used to have at high school.
I've got a little interesting piece if you'd like to play my music.
Da, 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 da.
Lull your granny into a deep sleep. Then why not try our thought-provoking facts of the week?
Da, 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 da.
So, Michael,
Yes.
you are a father.
Yes.
Do your daughters still call on you for DIY jobs?
The eldest one does, because I'm round at her house quite a lot. The other one doesn't, because she lives in Walsall. So I just lend her tools now and again. She does her own.
Well, I'll be getting married on the 13th of November. No doubt I will have a house, hopefully, which will need DIY doing, because the stat here says that 80% of us still call on our dads for DIY issues.
You know what? I'd call Mum. Our dad is useless
He's not that
at
bad.
DIY. Honestly, okay. Well, the only good stuff, even when he is doing DIY, he
He
faffs
moans.
so much. I remember we were putting in, all right, like the thing to like hold the door closed. Where is he here?
Here he is. Yeah.
Okay, to the thing to hold the door closed and lit 2 screws. Okay, I did it in my room a few nights ago. Boom, done in 5 minutes. He went, "Oh, Big Joe." He'd be a
always
great
do.
mechanic. He would be a great mechanic. But he was just like, "Oh, big job that. I'm going to have to get like a special screwdriver." I went, "Dad, look, I'm doing it." He went, "You're doing it wrong. You're going to cross-thread them."
And Mum, oddly enough, is really good at grouting and tiling. She has tiled our whole bathroom. If you see it, all on her own.
Yeah.
That's a good job. I've seen it.
Yeah, thanks.
But I used to call on my dad for DIY, except when there was glue involved for the obvious reasons.
Tell him the story,
Tell us
Michael.
about that again, Michael.
Well, he was at work once, and he had a bit of an eye problem, and he reached into his desk drawer for his eye drops, and accidentally pulled out a tube of super glue and dripped that into his eye. Spent the day in
That just-
casualty.
I never ever met Michael's dad, but now I know exactly why Michael is how he is.
Yeah.
We all appreciate those who have cars or vehicles that
What was
petrol
that? Did you have a little
prices
stroke while you were saying that? What?
petrol prices are going through the roof. Well, good news, because scientists have invented what they think power cells which run off what?
Coffee.
Nope.
Water.
Nope.
Ball shack.
That sounded like it was in the music.
Would it be a brand of cola?
Nope.
Oh.
Cooking oil.
Nope.
No, they've already done that anyway.
Hair gel.
Nope.
Balls.
Oh,
Sacks.
it's not a bodily fluid, is it?
Yes.
Oh no.
Is it poo poo?
Nope.
Wee wee.
Yes.
Really?
They think
You
that...
saw people at petrol stations weeing in the tank.
Well,
Are you sure he's taking the...
You're
This is
funny.
This is my concern. Filling up for a man could be easy. A woman, on the other hand,
Yeah,
how
that's
would
true.
that go?
They have to have like a
Because-
shiwi. Do you remember them?
They're weird, aren't they? A
Shiwis.
shiwi.
Clip it on. A wee wee go.
And out it flows. Yes, but scientists reckon that within the next 2 years, we will be able to have cars powered by our own pee-pee.
Well, here's one for you. Apparently, they're now going to have one which is powered by coffee. You know, like used coffee granules, which leads us very
Well,
nicely
well.
to our sponsor. If you do want coffee granules, or of course you just want some great tasting coffee for low prices, pop down to Ashton Coffee Underline.
Ashton Coffee
Ashton.
Underline. Tell you what, Fraser,
Coffee
wow.
Underline in Ashton Underline for great prices and great tasting coffee.
I must say, Fraser, Brian and the team, they'll be loving that plug that you just did. So thorough.
What's he running on?
I went in there.
Poo-poo.
I'm talking that anyway. I went in there today. Me and Gav were in there, and I felt so bad, but I couldn't help but laugh. So when we're doing all the custom coffees, cafetiere is how you do them. So you grind the coffee into it, do the thing, let it settle, okay? And he'd just done this customer's thing, and he was leaving it to settle. He reached over to get the milk, and he knocked it over, and it went everywhere. It went all over the customer, all over the floor, soaked the entire front table. I was laughing inside, but I had to pick up the slack of the customers, so I wasn't laughing after that. But it was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Brian, if you're listening, but it was pretty funny.
Moving on, Robbie Williams is moving back to the UK. But why is he moving back to the UK, and why is he so keen to do so when he's been living in, I think, LA for the past 4 or 5
They
years?
finally realised how rubbish he is, and they've kicked him out of the
Nope.
country.
All his friends are in the UK.
Nope.
Family?
Nope.
He's fallen in love.
Tax reasons.
He's married.
Sunburn.
Yeah.
What's that?
Sunburn.
Sunburn.
No, it isn't.
Are you now using that as your way to talk to us, Alex?
It's like having
my
little youthful
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins over there in the corner. Well, He is moving back to the UK because he doesn't want his children to speak with American accents because he thinks that it makes them sound stupid.
It does. I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
Oh!
He's lost a few fans there then.
Yeah, probably. Hey there.
Broken the iPad. What would you say is the most expensive city in the world to buy a pint of beer?
London.
Dubai.
It will be London.
Yeah.
Really?
London is
London's
the
so
most
expensive.
expensive place to buy a pint of beer, with prices ranging. They found the cheapest was £3.80, and they found that the most expensive one in a top London restaurant was £7.50
Whoa.
for 1 pint.
Well, you know what? Don't drink alcohol, drink coffee from Coffee Underline in Ashton Underline. Great coffee for reasonable prices.
A better plug. I like
Thank
that
you.
one.
Thanks.
The next one, the World Cup has started, as we already know. We had a bit of a wager at work where all of us had to buy an envelope for £2, and we each got a country.
You bought an envelope for £2. That's a huge rip-off, Gareth.
And we each got a country. Guess who I ended up with?
England.
No, Iran. I ended up with Iran.
Wait, and what does this give you? What's the
Well,
aim of this?
If they win the World Cup,
Oh,
then,
good luck.
then everybody who bought an envelope
How come I wasn't involved in this?
pay £2, and whoever wins gets the money that everybody put in.
How come I wasn't
A
involved in
sweepstake.
this? Why wasn't I involved?
Because at work, I think it's clear that people don't really like you.
I think so.
Well, here it says that 4 in 10 English people don't care about England's World Cup chances, and 30% of us aren't even watching England play.
I wouldn't care less. I'm going to be honest. I only watched the first one to watch them lose.
There does seem to be a lot less hype
Really?
this time around. I remember the last World Cup, there was so much hype going on all about it, and they were knocked out. And this time, there isn't as much hype.
Maybe that's good. Maybe that means that we might actually have a fighting chance, you know. But I mean, I'm going to be honest, you know, I don't really like football at the best of times. World Cup doesn't mean I'm suddenly going to become a big football fan. I just don't like it. I think it's really boring. I think watching a load of men kick a bit of leather around a pitch for 90 minutes is boring, you know. I'm going to be plain and honest. You know, I'd rather sit in the coffee shop, coffee underlined,
Right, okay, wow.
great tasting coffee for reasonable prices.
So you would rather sit... I mean, no offence, Brian, to your coffee shop, but Fraser says that he would prefer to sit in a coffee shop in Ashton-under-Lyne than be in Rio.
Well, obviously, I'd prefer to be there. But, I mean, you know, do they have coffee underlined? The answer is no, they don't.
They have nice Brazilian coffee.
They have,
In Brazil?
Yeah, no, but I don't really care, you know. I'm not too bothered.
And the next one, as we mentioned, we are home alone because Mum and Dad are at Anglesey. It took them a record 7 hours to get prepared in order to pack
Oh, my
and go.
goodness. Don't even get me started.
Well, it says here that we spend on average 30 hours getting ready for our holidays. Mum and Dad,
About 100.
I wake up, okay, at 5 o'clock. And on the day they went, which was it just yesterday?
Yeah, Monday.
Crikey, I'm losing track of the days. So I woke up yesterday and Mum got up at 6 o'clock. And I asked her, Mum, why on earth are you up at this time? She says, well, I've got to get ready for my holiday. And I said, what time are you off at? 10 o'clock tonight.
It's
There's
ridiculous,
2 of them.
honestly.
I would understand if they had 4 young kids that they had to get ready, they had to feed them, get them dressed, pack all the clothes. It's just Mum and Dad. That was it.
And the car was absolutely packed full of stuff. I mean, we have a pretty big car with a pretty big boot. It was full of
Really?
stuff.
All you need is an umbrella and some Wellington boots.
Yeah, well, yeah, much like, yeah, for Wales, yeah, basically. But what are you doing?
Do you want some moral support for that thing you're doing at work?
Yes, please.
Go Iran, if you can't do it, no one can.
No one can.
Go Iraq. No one can do it. You can't.
I hate text-to-speech things. They always mess it up.
Was that
don't
an Iranian accent?
they? I don't know.
What age would you say buys the most risque lingerie and also erotic toys?
The who? What?
People in the
Michael?
40s.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
Is the right answer? It says that women aged 40 and over are spending more money than ever on risque lingerie and erotic accessories.
Wow.
Meaning, yeah. The next one, it says here that 34% of adults think that bullying is a normal part of growing up.
Very true.
And this is something which I'm glad that I'm not on air talking about it.
Siri has something to say.
Michael, no one likes you. Please find new friends.
What do you mean, new friends? I haven't got any.
Well, I'm a firm believer that kids now and again should get bullied because it is a normal part. Now, it depends on what type of bullying. There's nothing wrong with the odd bogwash. We've all had that done.
No, we haven't. You always say this.
I've
never been bogwashed.
I used to have it done twice a day. It's normal, believe me.
Were you bullied?
So that's really awful of your mum to do that to you.
Were you bullied, Michael, at school?
Not really, no.
Oh, come on, you must have been.
I did get picked on a couple of times, but fortunately, I had an older brother at school, just 2 years ahead.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. You see, this is,
So did you?
No, I didn't. He left by the time I'd gone. But, I mean, if you're not bullied, you're going to end up one of those cocky little idiot teenagers which needs a punch in the face. That's how I see it.
No, I don't think that's the case.
If you're bullied, you're going to be, you're probably going to be quite a nice guy because you've learned, you know what, if I'm an idiot, I'm going to get bullied again.
Normally, right, people who get bullied are socially odd anyway. So basically,
don't say that now, Gareth. You're offending people.
All he's doing is getting them ready for workplace when it'll happen anyway.
I must admit,
that's just offensive.
It's almost a rehearsal.
That is truly offensive.
Yeah, I did participate in a bit of bullying once, but I've grown up now.
I used to.
If you notice, anti-bullying band.
No,
I didn't buy it. I nicked off a fat kid.
No, I must say that actually, okay.
Here we go. He's covering his tracks now.
In regards of bullying, I mean, if it turns physical and if a child is being hurt, that's wrong. But the odd bit of name calling, the odd bit of, joking around, I don't genuinely think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that some parents take it far too seriously, where if your kid comes home and says, I've been called names, then you'd think, well, maybe that's normal.
Did I tell you?
Now, if they came back, right, toilet duck all over their hair, bits of bog paper on their ear, and saying, "Look, Mum, I'm being bullied." No apple, dinner money, it's all gone. Then that's a completely different kettle of fish.
Did I ever tell you about the year 7 I used to bully and his mum followed me home?
What for?
Okay, how weird is this, all right? So I didn't even used to bully him, he was just an idiot. So there was this little year 7 kid, and I swear I've never wanted to punch a human being as much as I have with that kid. He was, he was one of these guys who thought he was better than everyone else. And, he just come from being in year 6 where he's the top of the rung, I'm in year 11, I'm not taking anything like that, okay? And he was like,
how manly of you.
calling us names, all right, calling us names. So, what you do? And then he always used to run to the teacher. Like, oh no, this is happening. All right, fine. We pushed him down the stairs once. All right, that wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. Okay, but once, honestly, he used to make up a lot of stuff anyway. Once he was walking to the student services bit. I got him in a headlock. He was walking
whilst
there.
He was actually off to complain, you then attacked him. Wow!
So I got him in a headlock. Anyway,
that is incredible.
So.
Like that, or between your legs? Or?
Well, got him in a headlock, okay. Anyway, he went and told the teacher, and then I never got a detention at school, ever. I was the best kid ever. And what they didn't know is that I used to bully year 7s. But I got called into the teacher's office. They were like, you can't do this stuff, If it comes back after term, you're going to be suspended. I was like, oh, God, all right. Anyway, so I was walking home, and there was this car which was following me when I got off the bus. It was literally stopping and starting. I was like, this is weird. It stops next to me, and it's his mum with the kid in the car. And he goes, why have you been bullying my son? I went, why are you following me home? That's creepy.
That's a form of bullying.
Yeah, and I went, not having that. I ran home, okay. Came in,
How brave of you.
No.
Mummy's coming to
No,
get me.
listen.
Mum,
All
help.
right. Came home. My mum called up the head and went, my son's just been followed home by a student's mum. They called up a mum and then threatened legal action if they don't leave me alone. Never heard anything again. That's how you get back at bullies, everyone.
I'll tell you
That's
what,
how
right?
you get back at bullies.
On that topic,
Get the police involved.
I used to get bullied as a kid. I have a picture upstairs of me which shows why I got bullied. I had goofy teeth, the most ridiculous haircut you can imagine, and a stammer. Right? Well, now...
Not much has changed then.
Exactly. Well, now, you know, all the bullies, I'm sorry, but a professional broadcaster, and they work as professional bog washers.
Using your head to clean it.
You know, every cloud has a silver lining, and
It's
normally it's the people who were bullied
Yeah.
which is actually fired them up to achieving life.
Well, mine ended badly because obviously I suffered the
You
usual...
died.
Yeah, I shot him.
No, I'm still here. I suffered the usual name calling and the physical abuse, but fortunately the guy's still teaching.
Yeah, teachers always used to bully me, and that's bit. Anyway, I think it's time to go. What are we on? What? 45.
45.
45. Okay. Time to go, I think. Gareth, are you
That's
all
fine
done?
by
Michael, do
me.
you have anything to say? Last words?
Whatever.
Well, he might be
Do you
dead
know
by next
something-
week.
You know
so-
something I don't. We'll save the jokes for next week, shall we?
No, come on, give us one.
I've got a few,
Oh,
actually.
okay, all right, go on. Just give us one or two.
I run a charity called Help the Undead. We've raised thousands so far.
That was awful. Move on.
What's the joke?
I've just hung up a picture of my cat in the apartment. What's happened to the picture of Buddy you had? Asked my girlfriend. I told her that was Zen. This is Meow.
Oh, wow. he
quite good,
had some pussy hanging on the wall.
Next one, please, Michael.
I have a bumper sticker that says honk if you think I'm sexy. Then I wait at green lights till I feel better about myself. More?
Yeah, go on.
That's something I could see you doing, Michael, actually. That.
I have a friend addicted to drinking brake fluid. Ironically, he can't stop.
Oh, I've heard that one before. Okay, that's it. Let's call it a day.
Well, if you have enjoyed this, which I find that hard to believe, but if you have, then share it with your friends. Share it on Facebook, our new page, which is facebook.com/Cottrellcast, or twitter.com/Cottrellcast. Find us on there. Follow
Make
us.
sure that you subscribe on iTunes and YouTube, youtube.com/Cottrellcast. Anything is Cottrellcast, basically. Subscribe on iTunes, you'll get it straight to your iDevice or just your iTunes computer straight away. But that's it for this week of the Cottrellcast. We'll be back next week with more fun and games, and Michael will be wearing a silly hat.
Will he?
I don't know. I might get him one. I think.
Well, now
Michael,
you've said it, I have to, won't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a promise. I'll also be naked.
And I'm off to pick on some year 7s. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.